went away into a ill for 2 weeks, and I cry. No one really came to my aid, even though the type of athlete I was, and they teach me that the sports can be cruel and people can be wicked.
I want to start off with what I think is super important, the philanthropic work that you do quietly, that some folks may not know. First of all, you've chosen 3 boys' home, and I want to ask, why did you think it was important to choose boys' homes?
There's a girls' home.
And a girls' home.
Yeah,
okay.
there's a girls'
Children's home.
Children's home.
Yeah.
Of course, one, the Mount Olivet was in a dire situation when we took over, and also from my hometown, Montego Bay, the Garland Home. Of course, I have to give back there as well. And in St. Mary, the Pringles Girls Home, which was also in a dire situation. So those are some possibilities that we look at and see that they're really in need.
Talk to us a little bit about what you do and how it has improved the lives of the children.
It's very emotional because some of these kids don't even know anything. Some of them will come and see the street light for the first time, or they're exposed to a lot of domestic violence and everything. And some of them will find in caves, been raped, being pregnant at a young age, been very much abused even during COVID. We see where probably 65% of females, a young one, was being raped at home. So these are the situations that the public don't see or don't know, and that's what we're dealing with. And what we try to do is create space where they can go overseas, learn plumbing, learn electrical, just to get them hands-on with a career.
The Why Be Afraid Foundation, what are some of the other areas that you help with?
Definitely, I build like almost 10 homes every year for people that can't afford. With Food for the Poor, of course, they have been tremendous with us. And so basically we look at the needs of young kids, send them overseas, partnering with Richard Meal, give them scholarship, send them to art school where they can go and learn different trades and stuff. And we're actually building an art school and the grounds there, so they can get qualified to go wherever they want to pursue.
And outside of your philanthropic work with the Why Be Afraid Foundation, you're also an astute businessman. So talk to us about some of the businesses that you have already started. I know not just in Jamaica, but overseas as well.
Well, my major one right now is in China. My sporting athletic facility that I'm working on, because that's where, the people, they show me really love there, and they support me. Not saying Jamaica don't really, but they support me there, and so I'm doing that there. Yeah, of course, I'm a restaurant back up and running in Florida. There's always fighting everything that you're doing, but we keep our heads up and we still fight the fight. And I have major things in works. I just, based on contract, I can't say, but major thing in the works is just time.
You talk about some of the challenges you have as a young businessman. What would you say to other athletes who want to venture into business? They may not be able to, execute the business themselves because that's not their strengths. What would you say to them, though?
I'll say, know what you're getting into first. For me, I do not like to go in business with a lot of people. If I can do it myself, I do it myself, or probably with one person. I know that I trust really well, and do that. My business is just probably me alone, and probably one other, Boris or my manager, Timothy Spence. But apart from that, no one else, because I do not trust that easy. You understand? I don't even go nowhere. I stay at home all the time. So if you want to do something, take your time, plan it out. I don't business about if you don't have experience. Learn to fail. I learn through failure. I dream to fail, because when I fail, I know what I need to do. So those are stuff that I live by and I will share with them.
You mentioned the fact that you do not trust easily. Is it lonely at the top?
7 brothers, 7 different minds. Everybody have their own opinion and own agenda of things, and I never get lonely. I never get bored. I grew up in a very big family, of course, but I always love to myself. Watch movies to myself. Play games with myself. I try to buy the latest things like the Oculus to keep me occupied. Books and everything. So I wouldn't say no. I never get lonely.
Of course, everybody knows about your love for cricket. You have fancied yourself, to play. So I want to ask you: have you ever regretted or said to yourself, "Why am I never to choose cricket?" Have you ever had that conversation with yourself?
Probably when I was younger. I'm a human. I'm not going to say I didn't, but I'm happy the part that I chose, because playing cricket, yes, say I'm very good. I am not going to allow myself for someone else to pick me. And what if I'm good and they like the other person over me? They're going to pick that person. So the team sports, I'm happy that I go with a single sport track and field. It's just me running fast, and that day they can't stop me in my race. So I'm happy with the path that I chose. Track and cricket will always be my first love, of course, because that's what my father always tied me in front of the TV to watch growing up. So it will remain my first love, but I'm happy with the path that I chose.
Do you have any ambitions of not necessarily playing, but probably owning a team, or sponsoring a team, or being a coach or mentor, as it relates to cricket, that is?
Let me clear this. Coaching thing is not mine. But
not even in track and field?
Not even track and field, no. I teach. I would say I would teach. I go around and I teach. But yes, I did have my YBF cricket team. Because I was so much into the track and field, I couldn't get to carry it on even longer. But right now, I'm looking to do some work, playing some cricket with definitely Kingston Cricket Club over by Sabina. Yeah, I start some training with them. I'm looking forward for the season. Couple games I start, but trust me, I have the time to.
Serious training, Yohan. Serious training that could see you making your way into the squad.
Yeah, man. One of these days you can come take some clips, see what I've made of, and you will say, wow, Yohan, Courtney Walsh have nothing on you.
All right. You're one of the athletes that has recovered from what I would describe as 2 career-threatening injuries. I want to talk about the mental aspect of recovering from the injuries, going through the process of rehabilitation, and then trusting your body to be back in world-class condition. Talk to us about the mental toughness that required.
Wow. Started off in 2013. I got a grade 5 tear, almost rupture in my right hamstring. Running down Kim Collins at the National Stadium. I think it was an all-comers or MVP meet. And I recovered from that, came back very well in 2014. Broke in Bahamas the 4x2 world record with an amazing team. And also run 19 flat, the fastest leg that ever run on a 200-meter leg. I was back. I was feeling good. Went to Glasgow. Was really cold. Training went well. Ready for the race. Halfway in the race, I feel my muscle froze and pop. I did have to stop myself in the race. I threw myself on my back, because if I didn't stop, it would be even worse. I don't know what's worse than tearing your muscle off your bone, but I dropped myself and I could feel the muscle hanging inside my body, and I couldn't walk. So the wheelchair came, and mentally, I went to Dr. Muller, and Dr. Muller said, Yohan, we have to do surgery. No. I did surgery in Germany, almost live in Germany, taking care mentally. I came back. I could not find myself running fast. And Coach Mills said to me, Yohan, to be honest, if you're going to keep on, it's better you stop. I went away into a hill for 2 weeks, and I cried. No one really came to my aid, even though the type of athlete I was, and they teach me that the sports can be cruel and people can be wicked. And just Jermaine and Sean Keckle and my friends God, Damien, all those persons came around me that I was living with at the time. you know, really gathered me together and say, you're the second fastest man on the planet. I know the muscle off the bone, let's get it reattached and go back. You know, a lot of people that I felt was in my corner didn't. You know, thanks to Tim as well, you know, he really showed me love. But mentally, I said I'm not going to talk to a psychiatrist. I'm not, because they don't know what I'm feeling. I can't say anything to them. But when I go back inside, it's me and my demons, you know. So I sit in front of the mirror and I talk to myself. I say, yo, you're going to sit here and wallow in your spit. You're going to sit here and wallow in your tears. You got to get up. And that's how I lift myself up. I be my own psychologist to try to get into my own head. And that's what I have to do. I listen to LeBron, I listen to Tiger Woods, how they went to people. I have to go to myself. And that's what I did.
What would you say accounted for that mental toughness?
I born in the 80s. I didn't born in this 90s. We're very, very soft. But I'm born into a family where they teach you toughness, you know, and you have to be a go-getter from early. And my father really showed me to be strong and to be independent, you know. And one thing, I didn't succumb to peer pressure. Yes, I come under pressure, but funny enough, you know, Usain was there, you know, he helped me a lot, to be honest. Daniel Bailey as well, they helped me a lot to push through and show me how people can stay. Because Usain, I've gone through so much, you know, people boo him and all of that, and always stand tall, you know, because at the end of the day, when you're inside, no one is there with you. You know, all that noise, all that vuvuzela gone, is you alone in that headspace. So he really taught me a lot, and I'm grateful for that.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your current relationship with Glenn Mills. You left the racers camp, and your relationship with Usain Bolt. What's that like today?
I think me and Coach Mills is good. You know, I wouldn't say I left on a comfortable term, you know. But we managed to overcome that, you know, because they have shaped me into an athlete that the world look up to, you know. And me and Usain has been training for almost 10 years, and I would say the relationship is not what I want it to be, but, you know, hopefully in the future, I'll just probably be the bigger person, you know, and just, you know, and just step to him and say, oh, what's going on, you know, because we have accomplished so much. And we have been through so much, you know, training, vomiting, you know, laugh and everything, you know, and just for some silly things. But hey, life goes on, and I would look to quench the thirst. You got the nickname the Beast because I think it was Usain himself who first called you that, because of how you train, how you push your body. Where did that come from? When you come from a family that is suffering and you want to be that breadwinner, you know, it's not easy when your mother calls you and you do not have it, and you see that you have a talent that can harness and make you into a person. You know, thank God that I was able to do that, you know. So what I did have to do is just lock in, know what I want, you know, Karen, because every day my sister, because it's 10 of us, you know, and I did have to just be that person to stand out. And I would say God gave me that, because my mother and father come under so much sickness, and if it wasn't for what I have achieved and for who I know, I think, God forbid, yes, my father passed, but I think all of them would have died already, because, you know, thank God I could have been able to do certain things that I could have done.
The last time you spoke publicly, you said that you were looking for a wife, you want to have kids. Is that's still something you look forward to, having kids, raising a family?
Yeah, that's something I'm always looking forward to. I grew up with a family. You know, I see my father and mother together, and definitely that's always something that I've wanted, of course. You know, so that's always in the pipeline for me. That's something I cherish, of course, and working towards that.
So girls, them can slide into your DMs.
I know they can't.
You're private, your page. What's next for you? You have not officially announced your retirement. Are you at the stage where you want to say, this is it for me? I'm hanging up them spikes.
You know, I'm in limbo. Definitely, I'm in limbo. Still, there's a lot of things on my mind I'm trying to put together before I even do that. But currently, I'm not training, so I'm still thinking and I'm sure what I want, because to just stop, it's hard. But I'm in limbo. As I said, I'm not training though.
I think cricket could replace the thirst that you have in you, that, you think so?
Not really. It's more like for fun, and if it's reached further, yeah, but I just want, as I said, I just want to settle down, build a family, and I just have some me time. It's been over almost 20 odd years of torture in the body, and my body is feeling a lot of pain, still feeling a lot of pain. So, I just settle for now.
Your country is awarding you, right? Finally, a national honor. How do you feel about it? When you got the call, what was your reaction? How do you feel that you're going to walk across the grass on Monday to receive a well-deserved honor?
To be honest, I have to be honest, talking to the camera. I didn't really feel no way, to be honest. It's been a long time coming, and it's a long time working, and you put in the work, and when I run, I get to the line, I know what's coming. But you keep toiling and toiling and toiling and toiling, and if it wasn't for people with their mouth shouting, "How comes you one didn't get this? How comes you one didn't get that?" I wouldn't even look at. I'm building a home in Mandeville. I don't even want nothing from the government. You understand? Or nothing from anyone, really. But out of love and passion for kids and their suffering, we do that. And that was overlooked. Because we didn't call the government to cut a ribbon. But hey, let's not dig into it. But I'm happy. I'm grateful that they finally, decided to award me. I'm grateful, and I will accept it with great pleasure.